Companies find themselves in a precarious situation regarding human capital and resources. Over the next 5 years, approximately 62 million baby boomers will be retiring. These baby boomers, in many cases, have been instrumental in helping to form and develop businesses over the last 20 years. The gap left by retiring baby boomers needs to be filled. As baby boomers exit out of the workforce, approximately 40 million Generation Xers, individuals born between 1965 and 1977, and 72 million Generation Yers, individuals born after 1977, will fill their shoes. It is clear that businesses today cannot thrive without young talent. If businesses are not thriving, the economy will become more and more anemic and will inevitably underperform. There is a huge force at play in this equation, and that force is Generation Y. Many companies wait to change until it's too late. The change that is required can at times be painful and cause a great deal of financial and emotional hardship for the company. We're going to explore and focus on understanding the challenges many organizational leaders are facing with young talent and a few solutions to support in building sustainable future workforce. Organizations and businesses need to ask themselves, what do they need to do in order to attract and retain Generation Y? Companies that will thrive in the next 20 years will adopt and change in effort to attract and retain top Generation Y talent. To excel, a company not only has to change, it has to undergo a metamorphosis. The Bridge Prep solution: relevant and structured knowledge. Redesign the organization with the knowledge worker as your number one asset. The future belongs to the companies who embrace knowledge as the number one asset for growth. There is no generation better to fill that role of the knowledge worker than Generation Y. This generation was born with a cell phone and a laptop in their cribs. They have had instant access to massive amounts of information at the touch of a button for the last 15 years of their lives. Companies that thrive in the future will be looking at not only who has the most knowledge, but creative methods to capture and leverage tacit knowledge. The training and development lead is going to be one of the most important roles for the future workplace, because he or she will be able to provide your company with honest, unbiased feedback about how your company stands in relation to your global competitors. The Bridge Prep solution: interactive modules available 24/7. Generation Y is the most entrepreneurial generation in history. It is not uncommon for members of Generation Y to work full-time for an organization while running a small business or a nonprofit organization outside of work. Most Generation Yers will tell you they see themselves in two careers: one that is working for a company or for their own business, and one that allows them to give back to their community. The need for helping channel this restlessness towards productive activities will do two things. First, the employee will become more proficient and be able to make more dynamic contributions. Second, in times of restlessness, they have something to interact with. Bridge Prep solution: cutting-edge solutions. Generation Y is one of the most technologically savvy generations in history. This is going to help companies improve their efficiency, effectiveness, and their level of sophistication. At the time, because of their knowledge, Generation Yers are able to handle highly sophisticated technology upgrades. Companies need to make sure they continue to push the envelope because Generation Yers are able to handle seemingly dramatic changes in economy. By adopting cutting-edge technology sooner, companies can take advantage of efficiency gains. This group is the most adaptable and computer-literate generation the world has ever seen. Solution: use effective training to prepare for the redeployment of critical talent. There is one thing that I can say without hesitation, and that is that our business landscape is changing and is going to continue changing in the future. Companies are going to be called to frequently redeploy their young talent. This will be an attractive feature for Generation Y, who loves to job hop. The challenge is to allow them to job hop inside your company, not by moving on to your competitor. Companies like Intuit, who offer a rock-solid rotational development program to entice Generation Y to come back and work and play, are going to have one leg up in the future. Easy to implement and effective training is essential to ensure a smooth transition. The Bridge Prep solution. Relevant training and technology that can be expanded firm-wide. As Generation Y enters the workforce, virtual teams are going to be the common structure for the way work is done. Virtual teams can yield up to travel reduction cost of 50% and can increase employee productivity and morale. At the same time, virtual teams can become a risky strategy unless businesses are committed to making the investment needed in technology and training designed for successful virtual teaming. Web applications such as Facebook, blogs, webinars, Second Life, and online training environments will be key to the success of a virtual team. To be effective, companies need to make sure all individuals are speaking the same language and using the same building blocks. In many cases, the gaps arise because the company assumes that everyone has the same knowledge base. The Bridge Prep solution: intuitive design and easy access. Generation Y is saying that they are tired of things not working or things being complicated. Their brains have been overloaded with gobs of information and a multitude of choices, and they are begging their employers to stop making things so mind-numbing and bulky. They are feeling paralyzed by red tape, employers who make life difficult, proprietary software, clutter, and broken equipment. By making things simple for Generation Y at work, you are making their life easier, and simplicity and ease of use are top values for millennials. Companies have an opportunity to use the power of information by strategically organizing it for efficiency. Organizing and structuring information will allow individuals to apply and identify gaps much easier. The Bridge Prep solution: automated simulation feedback. Generation Y is the first generation to raise their hands and ask their employers for a mentor or a coach. This generation has a strong need for ongoing feedback about how they are doing, and a mentor or a coach can help fill this need. With the downward pressure put on senior leaders, as it is virtually impossible to provide instant feedback, feedback is given on an annual or semi-annual basis. It is clear that there need to be a mechanism to provide feedback designed to improve the work product. An instant feedback mechanism coupled with senior leadership can make the meeting much more interactive and productive. The time is now to begin redesigning your organization. Generation Y is making a tremendous impact on society. It's time to start working with them and stop resisting their effort. This will take a holistic investment. Bridge Prep offers an interactive suite of tools that will help address the needs of Generation Y talent.